LeBron was watching that. In the world, I don't say exactly where yet.
I'm excited. Second episode. Did overpay him, but if it means keeping him loyal to me,
It's got to be the Troy. What do you mean?
Guys Huddle.
I mean, he.
It's muted. Why you have a technical difficulty?
You shouldn't.
Yo, what's going on? This is the Guys Huddle collab with the 609 Sports Show. How's it going over there, guys?
What's up, gentlemen?
What's up? How you guys doing?
We're good. You guys ready to talk some SummerSlam? Sorry about the technical difficulties we had there when we started this up, but we're good to go now.
It's all good, man. I guess I'm ready to talk SummerSlam.
Yeah, it's a little disappointing. I'm gonna lie.
What?
I'm very disappointed.
Go ahead.
I'm just very disappointed in like the whole. To me, the whole show had like I've not been this high on a WWE pay-per-view in so long.
Mm-hmm.
Not counting WrestleManias because clearly they always do them big.
Oh yeah.
But I wasn't. It just did not. It did not exceed my expectations. It also didn't meet my expectations.
Nope. I agree. I
agree. I thought it was a phenomenal card on paper, and it was very underwhelming.
Oh my God! On paper, this had the potential to be their greatest pay-per-view of the year.
Yeah.
And there was some of the matches had spots I didn't like.
Mm.
There were some results of the match that I did not like. And ironically, the only match that I don't have an issue with is one that really didn't have anything to do with anything after SummerSlam.
Yeah.
That's
Was that the Cody and Brock match?
Yes, that was the one match that now. Here's my thing. I'm a very big old school wrestling guy. I've been watching wrestling since 2006. I'm used to the Cenas, the Ortons, the guys who are the workhorses, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not a big Brock guy because I didn't like the fact when Brock would be champion and he was away for so long and he'd just show up like once in a blue moon. And that's fine if you want to do that. I don't believe you should have the title while you do that because you're taking the main prize away from the company. But Brock and Cody, this is probably the best work Brock's done in
probably 5 years.
So good.
Go back further. I may go back like 10 years. Like when he
I say the older he gets, the better of a worker he becomes. I guess
They're saying he's done for the year though now.
Yeah, they did say that.
I saw something. I thought he was being advertised for payback.
I just sent it to you. They just said something about that. He's done for the year and may be coming back on 2024.
I saw he's being advertised still, but he is currently done, from what I hear, for the year. He's taken off till
Well, really, what they have left for him?
Oh, they're going to call him in 2024 where WrestleMania is going.
Oh,
they're going to call him and say, hey, we want to work this.
That's where he probably retired.
Yeah, no, some of us from the Guys are actually going to WrestleMania.
We're trying to go. We want to go so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to buy tickets.
That'd be dope. Collab from WrestleMania.
That'd be pretty cool.
We're gonna have to make it. We're gonna have to make that a reality.
Yeah, for sure. So let's start with this little weird here. What was the worst match in that?
I hear there's a very bad echo on the live.
Well, hopefully we can get that fixed here. But anywho, what do you guys think the worst match was?
The worst match?
I think that's an easy question.
Well, that's a very easy for me. I would say Ronda Rousey and Flair.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
bathroom match.
That was the bathroom match, like I said before.
Okay, to be fair, the only reason that match was good is because Rousey's going away. That's the only reason I liked it, because I have not liked her one bit.
Horrible. She's horrible.
She's like, I say this about a lot of like AEW women's wrestlers. She's got no charisma. The fans have never liked her. They tried to paint her as basically how, like, when Brock came back in 2011, and it just has the difference was
they were trying to make her the female Brock, and it wasn't working.
Well, the difference was Brock has a background in wrestling prior to UFC.
Yep.
This was never going to work.
Yeah, I don't think she had any prior background.
There's not any good UFC fighters that come to WWE and are good, ever, in my opinion. Brock's a different story, obviously.
Was Riddle a UFC fighter?
Yes, he was. I forgot about Riddle.
Yeah, Matt Riddle was a UFC fighter.
Sounds like they're kind of done with pushing him, I've heard.
Well, yeah, because he has too much problems.
Yeah, he's got a lot of out of the ring baggage. I'm not hearing the echo anymore.
In my opinion,
Are they talking?
We good?
Yeah.
We're good. We're golden now. We'll have an echo.
Okay. So none of these matches with the in-ring product to me were yes, Ronda and Shayna, which I still would like WWE to disclose what MMA rules mean, because that was not an MMA match.
Yeah, no, KO and submission is not the only way to win in the UFC.
Yeah, for real.
Well, I'm telling you, I would have really enjoyed the match better if at the end of it, when Shayna won, someone yelled, "It is all over." That's how I would have enjoyed it.
Yeah. Or just they should have just made it a submission match. You knew it was either going to be the armbar or the choke. So why not just make it a submission match?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't understand why. Like, it's not like
I feel like they did it mainly just because of the whole merge between UFC and them with
Endeavor. Yeah,
I feel like that's why they did it.
Of course they did.
But still, they should have just, like you guys said, submission match. Great. And it probably actually wrestled instead of trying to be like actual UFC like they were doing.
Yeah, MMA rules makes no sense in WWE.
No.
Not at all.
Like, none of these matches were bad in-ring product. I would say, and this is not because I don't like him or like him, I would say Logan Paul and Ricochet kind of disappointed me, because we built this up back from the Rumble when they did that great spot.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't really much in this match that showed me that kind of a spot. You know what I mean?
There was a lot of mess ups, I'll tell
I
you.
did thoroughly enjoy that match. I did not like the end product, but I love the match in general.
I think that the brass knuckles were a bit unnecessary. You could have won or lost without them. Great. I thought it was a great match.
I mean, I get why they did it. He has that knockout punch thing they're going with, so I could see why they brought out the brass knuckles for him. But
I mean, it makes sense. I just was disappointed for it to end that way after how good the match was overall.
They had a decent little build up for it, but yeah, the match wasn't all that great.
Yeah, it wasn't like
there's a lot of spots.
I thought there would have been more spots in the match, and there wasn't really a lot of.
There's a decent amount of them. It just wasn't as crazy as the Rumble. They set the bar too high for that.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, honestly, they did. I think they set the bar too high as well, because they should have built this up to be too high flyers. Because honestly, Logan Paul has to me, this was Logan Paul's worst match in WWE, in my opinion. I think he's been better with guys like Roman, Seth. I thought those matches were really good. I'm not saying this was a dog shit match. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying this was freaking Thunder Rosa Britt Baker #1. That was a dog shit match. This was not bad. It wasn't lived up to where they wanted, to me, where I wanted it to go.
The problem, I think, was going on. I think the guys were just trying too much to make it awesome, and there were some spots that they messed up. I saw some spots like One that I didn't like.
The buckshot lariat from the outside of the ring.
I hated that. That just
Yeah,
looked
that was
horrible.
tough.
Yeah, that was tough. But that's the only thing. I don't blame that on Logan. That's a tough move to land when you have to land on the ground underneath where you already are. That's why Hangman in AEW executes it perfectly. He's just flipping over the rope and going at the same base. Mm-hmm. He's got to drop down, then connect it. I didn't like where that was set up to begin with.
Yeah. And then there was a couple spots that Ricochet did on the top rope that was like
not Ricochet-like.
Yeah. So it was just like I felt like they were trying to get the fans to like ooh, and you couldn't. I felt that.
Definitely, the first 5 minutes it was just dodging each other.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just to show their athleticism, which was cool, but like,
that's exactly what it was.
Now, how do you guys feel about LA Knight? You guys LA Knight fans? Or?
Hell yes.
Okay, you never know.
Oh no, we're big on LA. I just hate how long it took until I didn't like the fact that they finally give him a big win of a battle royal. You know, to me personally, either Money in the Bank, he should have won that briefcase in my opinion. But then we go from that far. But it's just I didn't think it was a great idea for now for him to get something like that to win because it's a Slim Jim battle royal.
Hey, we can have a Slim Jim championship.
Man,
it's like it's like there was not a number one contender in that or for any title in that battle.
I thought that was for the U.S. title.
No, it's not for anything.
I thought it was for that.
It should have been. It would have been
That's
cool
honestly
for
what I thought they were going.
or like making the U.S. title number one contender because Austin Theory
it should have been. It should have been, but
that's going to go to Santos Escobar.
Santos still.
I hope he wins that title.
Has that title shot next week or this week. I think
it's this week.
This week, so I think that's why they didn't do it. And one
this week.
That's so weird, man. SummerSlam's big enough that all the titles should be defended on,
rather than have Ronda and Shayna.
I mean, I agree with them.
If they were going to do another women's match, it should have been Becky and Trish because I'm tired of seeing that.
Or they could have, handled it better and had Rhea at SummerSlam. That'd have been a way better.
Yeah, but apparently Raquel was actually hurt or something. I don't know, for like a minor injury, but she wasn't cleared.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she has.
I think I saw that. Don't quote me.
Well, yeah, she was able to do that small spot last night on Raw, but she's not. I don't think she's able to wrestle yet. But fun fact, real quick. So a few weeks ago, we went to two other members of 609 Sports Talk and myself. We went to Ring of Honor's Death Before Dishonor because it was right here in the Cure Arena in Trenton. And the whole for half hour before the main show, every person in the arena, we had replaced the Ric Flair woo with L.A. Knight and doing And I swear, if Tony Khan was out there, he'd be white in the face.
That's great. Let's see here. Speaking of women, I think one of the best matches of the night was actually that triple threat women's match.
Yes, absolutely.
I called that the one on our last pod.
Did I not say that match should be the main event
on
our last pod?
Jey and Roman did
they did just fine, definitely. I'm not taking anything away from them, but leading into it, it would have been cool if Jey and Roman were the co-main event or whatever, and they went on right before the main event. But they still put on a great match.
There was 4 main events that night.
There was 4 main events.
There was 4. Michael Cole kept saying 4 main events. I'm like, where's the 4 main events?
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
Yeah, that's how good the card looked on paper, though. I mean, you had Brock and Cody could have been that could be a WrestleMania main event. You know what I mean? All those matches could have been.
Oh yeah, they all could be potential main eventers.
If you told me, now granted, you would need more matches because there's 2 nights. If you told me we went to WrestleMania next year, that was all those matches would be represented on either one of those 2 nights. I'm like, this down pack would be great.
Yeah, for sure. I actually was hoping this pay-per-view was going to be great. I was just kind of disappointed how it wasn't as up there to me.
Well, that's what I was thinking. They could have easily added. A second night. Rhea match, Becky match, Santos and Theory. Who we were just talking about? We were just talking about a 5th one that I can't.
Did you already say Trish and Becky?
Yeah.
What was it?
Kevin Owens and
it could have been a tag team match too, but he got hurt.
Everybody's hurt right now. I saw a list how early all the people are actually hurt on the roster.
And now Sami Zayn's hurt.
Yep.
He,
Got that
he was on that list, wasn't he?
Like John Cena. I forget what it's called, but
Yeah, Sammy definitely got hurt. But yeah, and then having Yeo come out after that match was great. And
Oh,
as soon as
phenomenal.
Bianca won, I knew that was happening.
Oh yeah, because she was hurt, and I was thinking, was that their plan this whole time was to have Bianca win? And if she's really hurt, I don't know if she was faking it or what. If she was, great acting.
pretty well.
But if
That's
it's
what I'm saying.
real, then they were probably like, "Oh crap! Now we got to improvise. Io go cash in."
Yeah, like we never saw the landing on a perfect camera angle on how she landed. I don't know that.
And they didn't even want to show it. So I don't.
That's the thing. They didn't want to show, and you know they've got cameras on that in that whole arena. So I wonder if she actually did get hurt, and they didn't want us to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be, or they just, or either one, or they didn't want people to see that she's not hurt. You know.
That's also true.
Right. But that match I enjoyed only because I got to see Io Sky cash in.
I predicted Io Sky cashing in. I said it the whole night. I said someone's cashing in their money in the bank at SummerSlam. It's one of the two.
Man, I really would have loved Finn to win and Priest to immediately cash in on him. That would have been great. But
Working on their own.
I thought it was going to happen at first.
There are so many matches that were okay, but the finishes is what made me annoyed.
yeah, the finishes were terrible. The finish to the triple threat match, great match, and then they just ended with a roll up. I wasn't pleased with it. I really thought Asuka was going to retain.
Me too.
They just why does Asuka not get a long reign with that title?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. She had it for 70 days, I think, or 71. Rhea's hasn't wrestled in that long with hers.
Rhea's only had like 2 matches, and they were against Natalya.
Yeah, she hasn't defended it. She's wrestled, just hasn't, except for against Natalya.
Yeah, like why? How could we not have Rhea on the card on Saturday?
Because the person they wanted her to wrestle was hurt.
Who do they want her to wrestle? Who?
Raquel.
Oh, Raquel. Okay.
Yeah.
I believe before Raquel, it was going to be Liv Morgan, and then she got hurt too.
Again.
Well, yeah, she got hurt in that tag team match.
And real quickly, I want to know has anyone noticed this? Now, everyone here has heard about Sonya Deville tearing her ACL, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tragic.
Those women's tag titles are cursed. Have you noticed every team that wins them, someone gets hurt?
I was about to say that they're cursed.
Well, now
we got to take those titles away. There's some voodoo on that.
They need to come up with like a middle title for the women.
Real quick question: are you guys recording on a phone currently?
No, we're on a camera.
Okay. I was just trying to fix this echoing problem, and ours is mute. Our camera is muted, but somehow it's still echoing.
Yeah, we're on we're on our main camera too.
No, you're good. I just want to make sure. You can continue. I was just trying to check that out.
I think the women should have like a middle title instead of the tag team titles. Honestly,
Exactly. I think so too.
They got enough; they could do it.
Yeah, the tag team is not working for them because they got to make tag teams from different single contenders.
Yeah,
and they end up going on single competition, so they might as well just have another mid-card title for them.
Yeah,
instead of like having their women's intercontinental champion or United States champion or something.
Well, we'll talk about lack of tag teams later because the best one just got split up.
Yeah. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. I had that coming.
Yeah,
I had that. I seen that coming.
But yeah, I just don't. The women's tag titles to me have always just been very. It's been very minor league. I think it's below NXT for God's sakes.
Right.
It's just I don't like them. You have to throw too many singles wrestlers together, and that means that just proves they have nothing to do for all these women.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So you might as well introduce a brand new belt and do a battle royal for the winner.
Yeah, exactly. So I say we just do away with the women's tag titles overall. I don't think they're worth it. It's not only is it held women back, like it's held.
Mm-hmm.
It's
for real.
I don't like what it's done.
She had like 4 different partners. 3 different.
Raquel's the one that's cursed with these titles.
Yeah, because she's like every partner she gets, they get hurt.
And And not to mention that Liv, after she was Miss Money in the Bank, that's all she's done is wrestle for those titles, and I still can't stand it.
Well, I can understand why, because when she did win
No,
it,
I don't
nobody
think so.
cared. No one literally took her serious as a champion.
Is it up at all?
No,
Okay.
It's on silent, but it's still echoing.
I know it's still going. So I'm working on. Well, I can continue to talk for a second. I'll get this taken care of.
so the Seth and Finn match, the ending was kind of bogus. Again, another match with a bogus ending.
What, the Finn and Seth match?
Yeah,
I cannot believe that we did a preview show last Thursday and we talked about so many scenarios. Does Seth win and Damian cashes in? Does Finn win and Damian cashes in and kicks him out of the Judgment Day?
I thought for sure Damian was going to win that.
Does Finn win and does Damian just walk around for months being like over his shoulder, like, you're my teammate, but don't forget, I got this money in the bank and I could use this on you whenever I want. And they did nothing with it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're trying to build up Damian more, but I don't get what the point of that whole finish was.
no, it didn't make any sense. And then, like, for Finn to look at the briefcase and pretend like he doesn't know what the hell to do with it. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense.
I mean, I understand why, because he wanted to win his match on his own.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're a heel faction. You're gonna have to take advantage.
Yeah,
of
like
it.
like he shouldn't have hesitated. Like, I get it, he wants to win it on his own, but as a heel faction, anybody else is just grabbing that and swinging it
and taking advantage and hitting him with it. Exactly. Trust me, I hate it too, because then Seth Rollins got the little stomp.
The stomp on the don't get me wrong, the stomp on the case was great.
That was good.
Yeah, that was good.
It's
Well, that's because Seth Rollins doesn't miss no matter what he does.
Yeah.
And like that was the thing, like how the part where you guys were saying where Finn was like refusing to use the briefcase, wasn't this whole thing built up on his 7-year redemption about what Seth did to him? Now we want to have Finn play this role where it's like, oh, I don't want to win this way.
I don't understand. Maybe there's too many theories that he's the one to be kicked out. Now I'm hearing there's Damian might be the one to get kicked out. I don't know.
Thought Seth was injured.
Huh?
What was that?
I said I also thought Seth was injured, so I was a little confused. I thought he was that title.
He has been wrestling injured for years.
Yeah. He had a back injury 4 years ago, right?
His back's still bothering him. He's had back problems for 4 years and would probably require surgery.
Yeah, his back, his neck, and something else he was talking about the other day.
His knee. He's had a knee problem since Mania.
Yeah.
So
And I thought he was just going to take some time off, lose the title, come back around Mania, maybe.
Yeah, well, if he's going to have surgery for all of those, if he's going to have that back surgery, I don't know how long he's going to be out, because look what happened to Randy when he got that back surgery. I don't know if it's the same, but
well, he's been getting, he said, some like stem cell things done to it to like keep him going still. But at some point, this stuff's going to catch up to him. And I mean,
yeah, that's just a temporary fix.
Yeah, and that's exactly why he's doing it, because I guarantee you that all happened when they were talking about, we're going to bring in the second world title. We want you to be the guy to hold it first. And Seth was like, well, I'm not missing out on this.
Yeah, I could see him probably holding it for another month or two. But
this would have been perfect to have him drop it to Finn, let either the Judgment Day rule for a little bit till Damian decides to screw Finn over, and then Seth could have got rest and been back close, hopefully, to Mania, because I'm pretty sure they would rather have Seth healthy for Mania.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Than whatever's going to happen over the next 3 months.
Well, they need a world title on the rest of the pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. We need a world champion on the next 3 pay-per-views because somebody probably won't be there.
Yeah, especially now that he's
hurt.
Yeah, let's see if that's true.
I'll get my opinions on that later. Yeah, I don't like the idea of what they did with. They just messed up that world title match so much.
Yeah, because I would have loved Finn to win it. I really would have. Because
I wanted Finn to win it.
He literally had to get sent back down to NXT, and did well going back to NXT because at the time Triple H was still running
Turned it all the way
NXT.
off, Ron. You can continue. Sorry.
You're good.
And so I was hoping we would get we're basically is getting that version of Finn Balor now in the main roster because in NXT he was this dark evil. Well, not he was heel, but then he went back to being babyface. But still, I like the way Finn's been growing on me now because he's kind of reminded me when he was in New Japan.
Well, I want all of you guys to answer me. Why the heck did we not get Demon Finn on Saturday?
Oh,
that doesn't make any sense.
I mean, did Seth not injure him when he was Demon Finn? Was he not Demon Finn 7 years ago at SummerSlam?
Yep, he was.
Wasn't he Demon Finn last time they fought or no?
I have no idea. I think the last time,
Money in the Bank. Nah, he wasn't Demon Finn.
They didn't fight Money in the Bank. Oh yeah, they did fight Money. I was saying Night Champions. My bad.
Yeah,
I was thinking Night Champions with AJ.
Yeah, Money in the Bank. That was the first. He was just regular, just how he was. I figured maybe SummerSlam he'll bring back the demon character.
Especially that we were planning 7-year redemption tour.
Exactly. So I'm hoping maybe Payback, but it's looking like now it's gonna be
I don't think Finn's getting another shot at Seth. Yeah. I do not think. I think it's over.
Sadly, is over for now. I feel like low key it's called Payback. You should let Finn get another chance though.
Yes, but they've already done it twice.
Yeah, true.
They've already done 2 times with Finn here, and I just don't. I think it's going to be Shinsuke.
Well, yeah, me too. The way Shinsuke just turned heel, literally.
I kind of wish they would have gave it to Cody, but
they're trying to finish the story.
Don't get me started with the finish the story stuff. Do not get me started with that.
I know.
I think another thing we have to ask is like, who's going to be the next one to dethrone Seth? Like Seth's got a lot.
Can you guys hear us?
Yeah, I hear you now. I didn't see your. I thought you guys were muted. I was waiting to see one of you guys talk, and as soon as I did, you guys just came back.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Keep going though. You were talking. Go ahead.
Well, no, we're sitting here like at first because we're talking about like what's for next for Seth. I don't think Finn's getting another shot. I think Finn's going to go away from this.
That's what we were saying while we were muted. Finn's not getting another shot for a while. He just had 2 shots. You know what I mean? For the first time in 7 years, he's really had a chance.
I feel like he was persona, he might have won, but since he came out and said he wasn't going to use it as a crutch, I don't think that's why he didn't.
And I mean, it looked like in the beginning of Raw, maybe they were teasing Cody, but then at the end, it goes to Shinsuke, which
goes to Shinsuke. Yep.
Hell yeah.
I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it because I feel like them two would have a great match together.
Shinsuke's been robbed every day since he's been on this main roster for years.
Absolutely.
Freaking, what was the last time he had a world title shot? WrestleMania.
Him and Oscar both won the Rumble and one of the Mania, I'm pretty sure, right?
Well, yeah, because we were actually the 2 of us. We were at the Rumble that he won back in 2018. Was that?
I think so. That was the year that went back to back.
Here's a good question for everybody. Name me one NXT wrestler from that era. Not Seth, Roman, and Dean, or Mox, or whoever you want to refer to him as. That era with Shinsuke, Finn. Name one of them that has been like out of this world on the main roster.
Would you count Drew in that time?
Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens is. I mean, yeah, but I mean.
That's the only one.
You can absolutely count Drew because Drew was down there.
Yeah, he kind of carried them through the COVID era. So.
And Sammy was already up when they were going, right?
Well, yeah,
but they hardly ever used Sammy until this whole bloodline thing.
To be fair, Sammy got called up, went against Cena, then was out for almost a year because of a shoulder injury.
Yeah, he got hurt that same night.
So Sammy kind of got screwed over in this respect that he was hurt. So, I mean, yeah, KO's had some success, but like I feel like I just don't feel like they've ever had the high momentum of a main eventer to this company since they've all been up.
Literally, because they've been riding on Seth
Then Roman, Seth,
Roman and the title piece.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for one of them to you do not. None of you guys know how much I wanted Sammy to win when he was against Roman before Mania.
I think we all wanted Sammy to win.
Yeah, nobody. I think everybody's sick of Roman.
That's the thing. Like we're not
We don't hate the character. We hate
Yeah.
the fact the titles are on him.
Yes.
For too long. Character's great. The title run is getting too stale.
because they're
Especially with the way he's winning, because at this point, once he finally loses, what's he gonna do? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is he gonna just win again immediately, or is he gonna lose him a couple more times and start taking like other feuds? You know what I mean? That aren't title feuds.
I'm hoping as a businessman he would do more feuds instead of going right after the title. He literally just had the title for that long. He don't need another title for long. He already made his character that he's been wanting to build up for so long, because we all knew that the big dog character was not working for him.
Oh no.
So he finally got this character that works for him. So I'm hoping now that he has this character, he just goes on feuds. He doesn't need a title right now. He had a title for what, almost 3 years now?
Exactly.
So
3 years.
Sadly, I agree. I love Jey, but Jay's not the guy to beat him.
We want to talk about who the guys are going to beat him? It's going to be Cody. Cody going to beat him at Mania.
Oh yeah, for sure. Cody is the guy that has to beat him.
I made this because so many people wanted Jey to win. Here's how stupid I was with it. I suggested this. Why not let Jey win at SummerSlam? He can hold it till the Rumble. Roman comes back after his 3-month vacation, comes back and wins it. Then Cody wins and goes to face Roman at Mania. And there, the story's finished. Roman still had the title, and we can shut up about it now.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But at the same time, I feel like it's just better to keep it on for him until this year and pray to God that he actually drops it. Because apparently this is only the 3rd inning.
Oh, yeah, we're in the bottom of the 3rd inning of the Bloodline storyline.
That gives us another 6 years.
Man, if they keep the title on him for 6 more years,
they'll lose. They'll be done by then.
That happens.
So I got a really good question for you guys.
Okay.
I'm gonna name these 4 matches. Which one of these do you wish turned out differently in terms of winning? Roman versus Sammy, Roman versus Jey, Roman versus McIntyre, or Roman versus Cody at Mania?
I wish Cody would have won a Mania. But I like Cody.
I think that one, both.
I think Drew. I wanted Drew to win that match so freaking bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Drew match. Like, I love Cody and I wanted him to win, but everything was perfect for Drew to win in his home country. You know what I mean? Everything was set up perfect, and they just screw him.
Usos weren't even in the country.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Perfectly.
Everything was perfect, and that's why they just decided to say nope.
Add another member.
Add another. Here's Solo.
Yep.
And now I honestly cannot wait to see what the story is going to be on Friday. I don't get this whole Jimmy thing. I know what they're trying to do.
My thing is they talk about tribal combat. No blood can interfere at all. That's the main stipulation of the match. And here we are. Here's Solo and Jimmy both interfering. That doesn't even make sense. It goes against the whole thing.
I said that the whole match. I thought there was a rule that no bloodline members.
I agree with. I thought they were going to do that. I thought that they said that at the beginning. Like, no one can interfere in this match. That's blood. I thought that's what that meant. That's why he stopped Solo from doing the whole Samoa and Spike when they first announced the match. And then Solo comes out and does that, and then Jimmy interferes. I thought anybody was going to interfere. Well, I think it was it your idea or Patrick's? One of y'all's idea was you guys just said that Paul Heyman was going to somehow interfere.
Yeah, that's what I thought, because family couldn't interfere. So I figured it just makes sense. Paul Heyman interferes. Like, he pulls Jey out or something. Jey gets distracted, spear out of nowhere or something like that. That would have made sense. But what they did,
with Jimmy coming out with a hoodie or whatever else he had. Yeah, Jimmy, I said it right.
Low key, you know who I thought it was before Jimmy unmasked himself? I thought it was Umaga's son.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too. But wait a minute. So we said no bloodline can interfere, right? Now, miss me with Solo. Technically, Jimmy's not in the bloodline at the moment.
That's true.
That's true. So now, don't get me wrong. They completely went hypocrite with it with Solo, but did we really expect Solo not to show up at all?
Right.
Exactly. I mean, I knew he would just because of how they've been doing things, but still think it's stupid that they did it that way.
Like, don't get me wrong. The reason I'm not too disappointed with Jey, like, I thought Sammy was going to win. There was parts where I knew in my heart Drew should have won. I didn't get that with this match. Like, I figured, like, I knew Jey wasn't going to win, but like with Drew, I thought Drew at Clash of the Castle was going to kick Roman's head off and win that title.
Oh yeah, me too. But at the same time, I had that same feeling with Cody Rhodes.
That's what I'm saying. I got inklings with that with Cody, with Drew, even with Sammy. You didn't get it with Jey.
I didn't get it with Sammy, low key.
I did, dude. That freaking crowd on his side, I knew we were destined for something.
Well, he's home state, but I ain't get it
when he put Solo through the table and everything. I
Mhm.
thought for sure.
Oh yeah,
like,
it was perfect. I was like, no way. He did the splash after. Yeah, I was like, he really won. He really won.
Here
And
comes
then
Jimmy.
out of nowhere, yep.
Was pissed.
And as soon as I saw the shoes, I was like, that's fucking Jimmy, dude.
Yeah.
And I was
As
pissed.
soon as and honestly, like, I'll give him credit because I wasn't expecting it. So when I saw someone pull Jey out, I'm like, is this the random guy that handed Logan Paul the brass knuckles? Who is this? And then I saw the mask slowly come off, and I'm like, we are really in the bottom of the third inning with this crap.
They're gonna
And it's annoying that he keeps winning I don't think he's won a match straight up. It's like I was away for a while, probably the first 2 years of his run. I missed. So I've been back for a year, and all I've seen is Roman just win matches with interferences.
It's
And
been
it's
like
like-
that for 3 years. You didn't miss anything, bud.
Yeah, and I'm like, man, this shit is played out at this point.
Well, hey, there was something different this match. The referee wasn't knocked out.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's true.
That only took a
Because there
year.
was no disqualification, so they didn't need to knock him out.
Yeah,
It's true.
for sure.
But yeah, I just like I'm not upset with the ending with Jey and Roman as much as other matches. I kind of figured it. I go into every pay-per-view knowing Roman's not losing those titles. I'll even do that with WrestleMania next year.
At this point, they have already earned the reaction of like they're going to get like a Brock beating the streak reaction when Roman loses, because at this point it's been so long. They know he's not going to lose. So when he does, it's going to be insane. But they've already got that. So like, just let him drop him.
Oh, I think like you remember the Taker streak. I think we're going to get like that.
I was in the crowd when Taker lost the streak. It was insane.
It was like the whole air was taken out of the building.
Yeah.
80-some thousand people, I think, and you could hear a pin drop. It was honestly crazy. No one cheered for like
I was
30
sitting
seconds.
there.
Because Brock Lesnar didn't deserve it.
I was sitting there watching that pay-per-view, and I was looking away from the TV when it happened. And literally, as soon as I heard 3, I gave myself whiplash because I was like, what?
No.
I'm like, no way did that just happen.
I was in the same boat, bro.
And then you get Paul Heyman sitting there like a schoolgirl, screaming at the top of his lungs.
Why is Paul Heyman all the good moments?
Heyman gets everything.
I don't hear it either. No, I do.
Heyman's involved in almost every good thing involved in WWE over the past like 5 to 6 years. Probably even longer than that.
Sorry, can you say that? Can you guys say that again?
I know. I was saying I've noticed like everything over the past like 5 to 7 years. Paul Heyman's been involved in like every big moment you could think of.
Oh, he's the greatest manager of all time. Did you see what he said on the Stephen A. show the other day?
Yes, I did, and oh my god,
Did
that
you
was
see it?
that was great.
Absolute savage. Absolutely savage.
He was arguing with
He
that
just
other
don't
guy
care,
too.
and I
Like,
love
I
his,
feel like they
like-
were legitimately arguing. It was not a show. Like, that one guy and him were like,
Who, Stephen A.?
not Stephen A. It was the other guy that Stephen A. out on camera. That he wasn't on. Like, he wasn't at the show. He was like,
I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't paying any attention. I saw Roman, Stephen A., and Paul.
they called someone else.
Yeah, I didn't see
in,
anybody
and then-
else.
And then Paul were like getting into it. Mm-hmm.
Paul's a good guy though, outside of the wrestling business. He's a great guy.
Oh yeah,
But he was like, who cares about Bobby Heenan? He's dead. And then Jimmy Hart's still alive. That just shows God doesn't answer my prayers. He's an absolute legend for that.
I'm like, did he just say this on live television?
On ESPN, I was shocked that they aired that.
I couldn't believe it either.
I was very shocked. That was definitely unscripted.
Or it was
Yeah,
like last
definitely.
second. Or it was last second. That's all I could think of. Is
So,
a last second thing.
We should probably jump to Raw last night because I thought it was a great show, start to finish. Great Raw, one of the best Raws in a while.
I thought it was one of the best Raws we've had since around the Mania season.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, I didn't see the first hour, but I heard the
yeah, we were out yesterday, so I didn't see the first hour. I saw everything after that.
I heard good things about the Fatal 4-Way match, that it was very good.
It was a very
Yeah.
yeah. The way it ended, it was great. I was hoping Tommaso Ciampa would win, but then watching Chad Gable win that was great. And it was in his hometown too, and it was great.
Before I knew it was his hometown, when I heard the match, that was my pick to win it, just because of the match he put on with Gunter last week. And it was a good match. I can beat you in 5 minutes, and then, it's supposed to be a joke. And Chad they put on a really great match last week. So I was like, hell yeah. Chad and him will have a good match. Obviously, Chad's not going to win the title. Unfortunately, I hope he does, but not going to happen.
Well, yeah, no.
But they'll still put on a good match at Payback. So he deserved it. He deserves to win. He's the shoe shit is just. I love it. I love it. Every time he says it, I just start cracking up.
Shoes, please.
I think they like gave him that because it was his hometown.
Well, now he's gonna face Gunther at Payback.
That's what I'm saying, because Raw was his hometown.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'd rather have Tommaso win it.
I was hoping Tommaso won it, but it makes sense.
I mean, yeah, I thought they might give it to Ciampa, but he doesn't have enough crowd pop yet, to be honest. Because he was hurt for a while and he just came back. He's only had a couple matches, so they're not going to just throw him right into a number one contender for Gunther's
Yeah,
title.
I agree. But down the line, he'll get a title shot. But he can also turn heel.
With Ciampa?
Yeah.
No, you know why? I want DIY back.
I don't want him back as a tag team.
Hey,
I would rather just have Tommaso Ciampa the Blackheart. I don't need DIY.
I'd like to see DIY again.
Ciampa's good.
Now, what I would say, if they put the world title on Ciampa, I wouldn't mind seeing him and Johnny Gargano go at it.
Well, here's the thing. This is WWE, so the chances that Ciampa ever gets a World Heavyweight Championship are slim to none. Just because that's how. I mean, you can look at the roster and you can tell who's going to win a title and who's not.
LA Knight.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, especially that Vince McMahon's still on the payroll.
Yeah, as long as Vince is still around, he's always the fact that people thought the Endeavor sale was going to tell them, like, oh, Vince has no say. Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's always gonna have a say.
Yeah, until he dies.
Exactly. It's literally going to be till he's dead till this happens.
And they're going to keep giving him extensions.
Was that our Paul Heyman moment?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys see the LA Knight, the Miz promo?
I loved every second of it.
It's gonna be great.
One of the best promos I've seen in a while. The Miz is my.
Yeah,
Yeah, just got a little drugs in my system, like heroin. Probably shouldn't say that on our PG podcast. Ryan's turning over in his grave right now.
Watching?
I don't support the use of drugs. What was I? Yeah, I don't even remember what I was saying. LA, great promo. The Miz is tremendously underrated in my opinion.
Well, he is a double
champion.
But people still hate on him though. I think he's one of the best of our generation, of my generation at least.
My skills, yes. Wrestling.
I know you're not about to disrespect the Miz when I'm sitting next to you.
He does pretty well.
He's good in the ring. He's not good at catching people at all.
Yeah.
You also need to remember now, Miz is a little older now, so lately, yes.
Younger days, I didn't think he was that great.
I wish he'd get another push for the Intercontinental title.
He ain't beating Gunther now.
No, but
Yeah,
Gunther's
has
going to have to lose
that title.
because
He's breaking that record.
the rumor has it they want him to win the Rumble. So if he's going to win the Rumble, he's not going to be Intercontinental Champion when that happens. So he's going to have to either lose between now and the Rumble or at the Rumble. He's going to have to lose.
Well, the Rumble's when? January. So he literally only needs a month more with that title.
The record is September
Exactly.
the 9th.
So he can lose it literally in October.
He could lose it at Survivor Series, or he could lose it at the Rumble and then enter himself in the Rumble and win.
Oh, I used to love when they
There's
did
been
that.
Intercontinental Champions to win the world.
I
Not unheard of.
All right.
I mean, that's true.
No, Seth of the United.
You know who it is?
Hasn't been in a while though, and they're
Maybe like I know Triple H did it, Kane did it once.
are they really going to want to put a second title on him, like Roman, to where
All I'm
he's
saying is every title Gunther has had, he is the person who's had it the longest time. He has the longest reign as UK champion. He's about to do the same thing with Intercontinental Champion.
well, he better not do that shit with when he wins.
Maybe with the world title because that's only gonna be a few months.
Yeah, I was going to say he better not do that with that because I think everyone's tired of seeing one person be champion for so long. Even no matter who it is, no one. It just gets stale at that point, in my opinion.
The longest I'm willing to go for title changes or like held will probably be maybe 250 days with Gunther. That's about it.
I'd say a year. I'd go a year.
But
I'll be honest.
Gunther is a type of wrestler at least that I know he's gonna at least defend his title every time and put bangers.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
defend it every
Yeah.
pay-per-view, I ain't even mad. To be honest.
Yeah, I don't care about
As
it.
long as he defends the title, and we already know since he defends the Intercontinental Champion like crazy, I don't mind Gunther holding the title. I think the main problem with Roman Reigns is that he don't defend it as much.
Like, he's literally not advertised for anything for the next 3 months.
No.
That's the
You
problem.
know, who's gonna come up and take that title from Gunther? Though? I already know.
Oh,
They're gonna have Ilya Dragunov.
Ilya Dragunov.
That's going to be.
That'd be great. Pull him
That's
up,
gonna be the 5-star match. Right?
pull him up, and have him fight for the Intercontinental title and take it off Gunther. Gunther go on to face. I don't know. It makes more sense for him to face Seth's title. Whoever has Seth's title at Mania.
I feel like Gunther, as far as wrestling goes, not as far as storyline goes. I feel like he should. Dethrone Roman. It's believable.
It is
I know
believable.
they're gonna have probably Cody do it, but I feel like that's believable.
Oh yeah. I think Cody does that, and then with Seth's title, Seth's going to lose it soon. I think Survivor Series is the longest we see Seth with the title.
lose it a payback.
That's why. That's the longest I see Seth as the champion is Survivor Series. If he makes it out of Survivor Series with the title, I'll be shocked.
The only way I see Seth with that title until Survivor Series is if Roman Reigns is advertised for that to have titles versus titles for like how they usually do it.
Or like champion versus champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
'Cause it's
saying.
like,
That's exactly what I was going to
Man.
say. We're going to see them versus each other.
That's when Priest is gonna cash in. Whoever loses that match is gonna cash in.
To which title though?
Whoever loses.
Who's ever down?
Wait, is it possible for him to say, you know what? I want all 3 of them.
Oh my
I
god.
will hate myself.
All 4 of them.
Who's going to be NXT champion at that time then?
No, I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably be NXT champion.
Then send him to fucking
I feel
NXT.
like, yeah. What are you guys' feelings on Dominic Mysterio?
Go ahead.
See, my opinion, I like the work he's doing. Obviously, his work in the ring's not the greatest, but I do like
It needs some work.
I like the way he makes the crowd hate him, which in my eyes at least is something. Don't get me wrong.
I also feel like, sorry, not to cut you off. I feel like sometimes the heat is bad heat because he's not very good at wrestling. Not because they hate him.
No, in my opinion, it's nothing he's doing to make them hate him. People do not want to watch him at all. They have no interest in seeing him. I think it's all bad heat. They say any pop is good pop, but he can't even talk on the mic. Like, yeah, that's great if you're a good heel. But he's embracing the heel work, and he's a lot better than he was as a face. But they're booing him because they do not want to see him on TV. They don't want him. Nobody wants him in the Judgment Day. They don't want to see him at all.
Why they don't want to
They
see
did was put him on NXT so he can get some more training.
Yeah.
And then when they boo him, they start talking like either Rhea or Damien or
They won't let them talk.
It's hilarious, honestly. But I'm tired of seeing him. Like, if you're going to have him be an NXT North American champion and have him defending that title every week on NXT or wrestling, just keep him there. Don't bring him up to the main roster.
The problem is with NXT, though, they're trying to make that a third brand. They're not trying to have that as
it makes sense. I mean, you throw the Judgment Day on there, and I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, they're coming out with another version of NXT that they're gonna have as the development brand. I don't know if they're gonna call it NXT, but they're supposed to do that after Survivor Series.
I think they need another main show. Like, nothing's on Thursdays. I think they have all these main roster guys who you don't see, who are already called up from NXT, but you don't ever see them. They need to show for those guys, all the mid-carders, and then help them elevate and make them become you know what I mean? Yeah, main-carders. And then you can split the NXT guys and girls up in between those 3 different shows. I don't know. It would make sense. And then you can add more titles to be on that show.
So here's my thing. A few things. First of all, let me go back to the Dominic Mysterio thing. The people saying he needs to be on NXT. We all agree there. The problem was it's his father who said to them, "I want him on the main roster, or I'm not re-signing."
Yeah, like a lot of people forget about
so
that.
Ray is the big reason why this has happened to him.
Yeah, people forget that it's Ray's fault. Technically, they just like to. And also, you guys have to remember, the kid started wrestling 7 years ago, 7 years ago.
What do you mean? His stepdad was teaching him.
So he's still very new into this. Like, yeah, his father's Rey Mysterio. You expect him to be great because his dad's great.
Why don't you keep the same energy with Hook? Who knows how long he's been wrestling?
I don't know. I've never heard of Hook until he came out of nowhere.
You're talking about Hook? I like Hook better than I like Dominic.
I never seen
him.
Hold on. Nobody here has heard of Dominic Mysterio training. The only thing we heard about Dominic Mysterio was a custody ladder match back in 2005. That's how people know Dominic Mysterio.
I've heard. I follow wrestling. Everybody knows this. At least you guys.
What do you do?
I go deep. The only thing with Hook for me is the way the character is brought up. He's this small little dude that they think is this tough ass mother freaker. He's not. Let him be a high flyer. To me, he looks like a high flyer.
I tried to make Dominic just like Ray, and it didn't work.
And that's another thing. You gotta stop making Dom be like Ray and let Dom be himself. Same with Hook. I feel like Hook is trying to be just like his father as well.
Guys, I'm not kidding. I'm telling all of you this. I'm not joking. And when I went to that Ring of Honor pay-per-view, I saw Brian Cage, who was basically the size of a car, hit a better 619 than Dominic Mysterio.
And we got a couple comments coming over here. Carly Maple asks, "Who are you people?" Oh, that's interesting. So we're the Guys Huddle. This is actually the 609 Sport Talk show over here.
Carly is actually one of our other hosts on our show. So.
Okay, so I'd be Patrick. This is my buddy Nick, and this is also my little brother Zach.
Little brother.
You are littler.
I am.
Yeah, and David said he's watching from Cedar Hill, Texas. What's up, dude? And he also said Dom is a good wrestler. You lost, man.
No, he's not.
Can we get the bill for that one?
Oh, not that button.
Oh my gosh! Why would you do that to all of us?
Sorry, wrong button. Colorblind over here. But yeah, Dom is no good.
No good, just like that.
I really think they just have him around because he gives the Judgment Day more heat, and they want the Judgment Day to be a top heel faction.
Oh, absolutely.
When you take him out, they love everybody else.
Oh yeah. Everyone gets a good pop except for Dom, and that's why everybody boos him as soon as they come out.
Rhea talks, the crowd's like,
Yeah. Everybody loves Rhea. Everybody loves Finn.
People are starting to like
No,
Damian.
everyone loves
Some
Dom.
people don't like Damien, but I love Damien. He's one of my favorite wrestlers on the entire roster.
I'll talk to Big Timmy about this.
Damien has really developed himself very well since the last couple of years.
Wrestling character that he called Angel. That's what Damian Priest is. So
that's funny.
I hope Priest is champion within the next 2 to 3 months.
Me too. I could see him. He can cash in any time. It's going to be at a pay-per-view. Doesn't make sense for versus Shinsuke and Seth. It doesn't make sense. I don't think.
Unless Shinsuke wins,
unless they
to be like,
I think he's gonna do. Yeah. I think he's gonna cash it in on Raw after Mania.
Nah, I got an idea. Why don't we flip the script on this? You know how we keep talking about Damian should have cashed in on Saturday and kicked Finn out? What if Damian wins? So just example. I don't think this is going to happen. Say he cashes in at Payback, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if the Judgment Day comes out and he just beats the crap out of all of them and says, "I don't need you guys." Why don't we flip the script on it?
He could easily whoop Dom. Easily, and then him and
Rhea's
Finn.
gonna be a tough fight. All right, didn't they? Didn't mean to catch you that much off guard.
Yeah, it really got me there. Rhea's fucking. She's a man, dude. She'll
easy now.
She'll whoop anybody on the main roster, except for maybe Bronson Reed.
If WWE does it, Rhea's going to be like how Tessa Blanchard was in Impact. She's going to wrestle men. It's going to happen.
Yeah,
I don't know.
If, I feel like she's gonna be like the China.
She wants to, but I don't think WWE wants her to.
That's the point. I think if WWE would allow it, Rhea would wrestle men because Rhea, honestly, there's not many women for her to wrestle.
Raquel,
Charlotte, Raquel.
Like I said, the 3 girls in the triple threat, Becky and Raquel. Outside of that, there's no one I would believe actually beat her. Those 5 are those. And there's 6 women who I actually believe are all title contenders all the time. Liv's good. I like Liv. Don't get me wrong, but
you're making me think.
It's not.
All those women's on. I don't even know if they even do brand split anymore.
Hey, I will tell you, I cannot think of her name. Not similar. The chick that's with Trish.
Zoe Stark?
I don't watch NXT at all. She'll get some space off of her.
Trina beat the fuck out of her last night.
Yeah, I know. That's because she's been on the main roster longer, not because she's a better wrestler.
Yeah, that's true. But
Kaylee Brown said, "Love me some Rhea." Me too.
Oh yeah, she does.
I'd like to see her actually get a good match. Like she when her matches are great, I'd like to see her get a match in on a pay-per-view that's good. She hasn't had one in a while.
So last time there was women's title defense on a main pay-per-view. We obviously had the one, but like another women's title that wasn't when it was like 12 years ago with the Divas.
Yeah, it was Layla.
Yep, Layla.
Back when they had like her and Michelle McCool together.
Good times.
I just want Rhea to wrestle somebody not named Natalia.
Yeah.
Right?
David, her and Charlotte's match, in my opinion, it's a top 5 match of the year overall, men and women combined. Like it was that good of a match, I think.
Look, David said now I just need Damien to cash in the Money in the Bank at the Rumble. Next year, he said Raquel Rodriguez is my girl. He's a beast. And our boy Ki said Priest is trash. I hope he catches in and fails.
He ain't gonna fail. He's gonna succeed. Hey, keep it up. We'll start calling you Booker T.
The feedback is crazy. It's probably talking about the echo.
I don't think they're going to do to Damien what they've done to like other people. I don't think he's going to cash in and fail. I think they view Damien as like
he has a lot of talent.
He does.
So I I don't know. I hope they don't screw him over and make him lose, but I mean, I could also see that.
But that'd be the only reason.
Yeah, I think what WWE is going for with the Judgment Day, I think they're going to split, and I think Rhea and Dom are going to do their own thing. I think Rhea is going to lose the title, and she's going to be kind of Dom's manager and try to help boost him. I don't know if it's going to work because they're going to send him through NXT, and maybe that's how he gets this. That's long-term storytelling.
The Judgment Day is going to break up. It's just a matter of when is it going to happen.
Is JD going to join them before that or after that?
I say send his ass back down to NXT. He was on the roster for
JD's a beast.
For one thing last night, and he fucks up Sammy's elbow and puts him out of commission for who knows how long.
But he's good.
I mean, yeah, but he had one job. Yeah. Sammy probably just fell down on his elbow and it dislocated or something.
So I have a question for everybody now. So essentially, we don't have a tag team champion right now. Where's that going?
I don't even know.
Okay. New Day rocks, man.
Okay.
New Day. I still miss Big E.
I heard he
big
retired.
That's what I hear.
He's retired. He's going to be a commentator.
I have not seen that official report yet, but I did see doctors advise him do not wrestle again, and he says he enjoys being able to walk and live his life. So
I don't know what's going on, but when I mute them while we're talking, we don't do that. Yeah, sorry, we're here.
Can you guys hear us?
Yeah, you guys are good.
So, Biggie, I saw where he's thinking about it because he likes living his life. He wants to be able to walk forever. Doctors tell him don't wrestle anymore. Man, I hope not. I love Biggie.
What if he goes and does what Edge and Bryan Danielson did?
Take a lot of time off and come back. It'd be wild, but I mean, by then, we're just gonna have to see how it plays out. What he decides to do.
Honestly, I feel like Big E, he got that world title that he always wanted. I feel like he probably is satisfied now with his career. That if he wants to come back and be a commentator, I won't be mad.
He's got the voice for it. Everybody knows that. And in my opinion, he's part of the greatest tag team of all time. So
New Day is the greatest tag team.
I'm glad that's not a hot take.
That's not a hot take.
No, not a hot take. No, like they was previously the longest reigning WWE tag team champions before the Usos broke it. So, like, it's just like you can't disrespect New Day as much as
people, because some people would just say they're corny, and they're not corny. They're good at what they do. They took this gimmick, they made it the biggest thing in the company for a while,
and the kids love them.
The kids love them. Kofi and Xavier are fine. I miss Biggie as much as everybody else, but like they said, could they take?
I think he should come back and just be a manager.
That'd be so good. That'd be so good. If he just came out as a manager and every once in a while hit a big ending.
That'd be great.
That'd be perfect.
Could you guys imagine if he stays away till next year? Like, because we haven't seen him since this happened.
It's almost been a.
Could you imagine if at WrestleMania you just heard, "Oh, Fia!" That place would go freaking insane.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then he comes out and he beats up the New Day and turns heel.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief.
Hey, no, that'd be the biggest heel turn since Hulk Hogan.
Oh my God, it would.
Yeah,
it really would. Because that's literally the greatest tag team of all time, and you're just.
Big E was heel before he became with the New Day when he was with Dolph Ziggler.
I wouldn't say. I guess.
God.
But I was going to say
the
that
New Day was a heel in the beginning.
Yeah,
I was going to say. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, no, it's just like like you said, the best heel turn of all time is Hulk Hogan. Big E. If Big E came out and just hit a big ending on Kofi and Woods, that made depress a lot of people.
Probably. I was going to say, though, what I was thinking was before Hulk Hogan, the biggest turn, in my opinion, between those two is Seth turning on the Shield.
That was a hell of a turn.
In Indy.
No one didn't expect
it was fucking nuts.
I probably was like such a last minute thing.
The second I watched Mox and Roman walk ahead of him, I said, "Oh my God, they're gonna freaking do it." And I was in wrestling depression for about 3 months.
Yeah, it was tough. Because people had finally started to like the Shield after they had been just everybody hated them for their first few months for a while. Oh yeah, going back and watching, they showed up and they absolutely wrecked it and they left.
Well, yeah, they were the heel faction at the time.
Oh
I
yeah,
just rewatched it.
So
they're probably one of the great before the Bloodline. They're probably one of the greatest freaking factions before.
I'd much rather watch the Shield than the Bloodline.
Well, yeah, because all they did was
I agree.
Absolutely. Let's hear. Let's switch gears over to a little bit of AEW before we jump off this thing here. Did you guys see that parking lot brawl?
I did not.
I caught the end of it. Absolute savage. Claudio and John are literally crazy.
I love what they do with the movie. It's so great.
I can agree. I saw some things about it, and I heard that they executed that match pretty well.
I watch Dynamite every week. I'm a Raw guy, SmackDown. I try to watch Collision when I'm not doing this 609 on the weekends. I sacrifice Rampage sometimes. I can't get that. Sometimes I just
can't get what they're trying to do. They're trying to put people to view Rampage.
Absolutely.
So, that parking lot brawl was going to be the point of me watching it again, but then I forgot about it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, because the winner, the tag team that won that was going on to fight the Lucha Bros on Collision, I believe. No, Dynamite, maybe. In the same exact match next week.
I think
it would be this week now.
Oh, I saw something on Dynamite.
That's gonna be solid. I like the Lucha Bros. AEW is great. They do. They're known for a lot of spots, and sometimes they have a decent amount of botches. But if you can fight through that, they're getting better though. I'm not like hating on them. I'm not an AEW hater by any means.
Their opening match the other night was Trent Beretta. Is that right?
Yeah.
And Penta and John Moxley. That triple threat was great. That was a great.
They have good. I'm not saying
to open the match or to open the show. Great match.
It's like, in my opinion, with AEW, it's like they take NXT. He's in love with NXT, but then it's like on steroids. That's how I feel.
That's why NXT still
my thing is with AEW, my biggest knock on it, and it might sound stupid, the lighting, dude. Like that is a big thing for me. Watching it on TV, like the lighting is just terrible. Like when you go watch WWE, and it's so bright, and you could just see everything. And AEW is just all dark and gloomy. Hate it. Makes me not want to watch.
But you have to understand with that too. There's still so yeah, they're doing things very fast because obviously in this age everything's quicker now. But you have to understand too. The lighting will be there eventually. They're just doing baby steps right now. This is a whole new product. And plus, I think what they're trying to do is, too, that this is a professional wrestling company, not a sport entertainment company.
Yeah, but I definitely. What he's saying about that is like the WWE does that with the lighting because they are saying this show is not only about what's happening in the ring, it's about the people watching it. AEW needs to adapt to some of those things like, hey, we wouldn't be here if it weren't for these fans. And just having them sit in the dark the whole time isn't like I see what he's saying with this. Like, it's like I agree with it. The lighting's not great. And also, I just feel like he needs to start being more like, yes, I know Tony Khan. He comes out, comes out after having his fun in the back. And then he freaking cuts his promo with the fans. But like, they really need to engage more with the AEW fan base to make them like, you can't. I'm not saying call them the AEW universe or anything, but
yeah,
it's more WWE doing that to showcase like the WWE universe and how great they are. That's a way I would wish AEW would adopt more.
Yeah, I could see that way, but at the same time, I feel like they're
still learning.
Exactly, you got to give him steps. He's worrying about the creative part. He's learning that.
I think he's spreading himself too thin in creative. I think he needs to go find other wrestling guys to help him because he's spreading himself across Dynamite, Rampage, Ring of Honor, Collision, pay-per-views. You can only do so much by yourself.
I think that's why Billy Gunn is technically retiring. I think he's going to be helping him out behind the scenes because he needs more
That'd be nice.
wrestling knowledge.
Jericho's already reported to have a big backstage
Ryan
role.
Danielson's a creative guy for Collision.
Oh, is it?
Why you think it? Not my
That
opinion.
makes
I
so
actually
much
enjoy
sense.
Collision a lot more than AEW.
I haven't.
If you haven't watched the Collision,
Well, here's my thing with Collision. UFC is on every single Saturday night, and I love UFC way more than I love AEW.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I think I like the layout more for Collision. It's more just the standard pure wrestling aspect of things, like how AEW was.
Yep.
I like both, but honestly, I've preferred Collision a little more than Dynamite.
Yeah, me too.
Don't get me wrong, Dynamite's still very good.
I can actually sit there.
Oh, did y'all see CM Punk's title?
Dynamite.
Oh yeah, the CM Punk title.
Yeah, if they're gonna do that, they're gonna make a second world championship. They need to take it to the back.
When I first saw that, it gave me NWO vibes.
It's exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt.
That's what everybody said.
Honestly, I thought he was gonna pull out a snake. I was gonna bring back the snake from Jake Roberts or whatever. I was like, man, this guy's gonna pull a snake out of the bag.
I thought it was going to be the Dark Order's bag of Legos.
That would have been funny too. Best thing AEW has going on for right now is Adam Cole and MJF though.
Oh man! Speaking of all,
for sure.
the pay-per-view that we're about to see, that's on pace to be one of the biggest pay-per-views, like wrestling pay-per-views ever. Like, how much tickets that they sold?
They've already passed WrestleMania 3.
There it is.
That's just in the UK though.
Well, but it's in the UK, but no, that's in general. Like that's the most wrestling tickets ever sold.
I thought it was just for these.
You know why? Because face MJF is fucking amazing.
You know what's gonna be even better? You know what's even better? Heel Adam Cole.
Too, though.
That's what we're gonna see.
I mean, yeah, you're gonna have to see because right now they're literally turning MJF face, and he's just so good at everything he does. So they're gonna have to have a heel out of it, and obviously they're switching their roles right now.
I feel like it will be Adam Cole.
And it's going to be Adam Cole.
Oh yeah, he's
I
gonna be
think.
Maybe they'll bring Undisputed Era to AEW. Call it something different because all the people that were in it were there.
His old,
It sounds like they're going to reunite him with the Kingdom and Roderick Strong instead of the Undisputed Era.
Because Kyle O'Reilly's still not cleared yet to wrestle.
And they're not bringing Bobby Fish back anywhere near that company after the crap he pulled.
Yeah, you're right.
Right, to freaking recruit them all back to WWE.
Yeah, that was the one person that was the one person I did not want WWE to let go of.
Adam Cole?
Person I wouldn't let go of. He's doing great over there.
He's injury prone.
I know, but he's doing great over there.
Who?
Brian.
Yeah.
I love the guy.
That's my favorite wrestler of all time.
All I know is that at All In, I hope, I'm telling you, because of what happened at Forbidden Door, the first one, they gave Adam Cole this stretch run to say, look, you have been very banged up for a very long time. Let's put you in a match with MJF. And if you get through that, we're going to put, I think they're going to put the title on him at All In. I really think
they should.
Yeah, absolutely. They should.
I don't.
Well, yes.
I don't know if they will. I think they should, but I don't know. I feel like with MJF giving him the match,
long-term title belt.
That's why I think they're going to do it. I think they want to prove they are different than WWE. So they're going to go and take it and put the title on someone different after just a few months.
I mean, it makes sense. I like it. I hope it happens. No, I still love MJF and Adam Cole. They're both great.
Adam Cole to be world champion.
Yeah, exactly. Who would not want him to be world champion?
And plus, it would be perfect. It's like a WrestleMania type pay-per-view for them.
Oh yeah.
And it's Adam Cole will also have a proving to WWE that, hey, I'm being a world title with this company, and you wanted me to be a manager in your company
without my last name.
So I would prefer Adam Cole going over.
Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. What do we have? 2 matches so far for All In?
Yep. We got. Oh no, technically there's a third, but it hasn't been confirmed yet. Samoa Joe versus CM Punk.
I'm all for it.
Oh my god!
So,
Can't wait to watch CM Punk win somehow. It's gonna be awesome.
It's probably gonna be a decent match.
Samoa, yeah, because Samoa Joe's in it.
Are you not a CM Punk fan?
No, I despise him honestly.
I've always been a Samoa Joe fan. Though.
I love Samoa Joe. Yeah,
Watching him since he first started in TNA.
saw him wrestle at Ring of Honor, and it was like, holy shit, this dude is a beast.
One of the most underrated matches you'll ever see is No Surrender 2005. AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe. It's one of the greatest matches you'll ever see.
it was. I saw that match on YouTube.
That's one of the, that match right there is one of the reasons I like AJ and Samoa so much.
Me too. Oh, dude, I grew up while everybody was watching WWE. I was watching TNA.
Honestly, I've been watching TNA since they started doing it. It's been a while.
Yeah, I watched them from like 2006. I still try to tune in the Impact a little bit, but it's not the same. Not only that, I don't even know what channel they're on anymore.
They're on I'm not gonna remember now. Access to the
Oh, they're still with Access? Okay.
But do what, sorry.
I got soft with TNA when I saw Bischoff and Hogan show up.
Yeah, me too.
Because I'm like, oh, we're trying to make this the Monday Night Wars again, and it's not going to work.
It didn't.
Yeah, definitely didn't. They've been trying to do that for years with different companies, though.
Yeah, it was never going to work.
Yeah, I'm shocked there's not a AEW show on Monday.
I don't think they want that because they want people to watch both and compare them. Is what I think they'd rather have rather than choose to watch one. And, you know what I mean?
Hence why Rampage is after SmackDown. So.
Comes on right after. It starts at 10, SmackDown ends at 10.
Yeah. So they're smart about it because they want everybody to watch everything.
Yeah, I think it's great. The way they're handling business over there.
We're going to have a full week of wrestling ever.
Man, I can't ever keep up.
Thursday is my least favorite day of the week. The wrestling.
Oh, that's my favorite. It's the only day you get to catch up on everything.
Right. Thank you, Hulu and DirecTV Stream.
But all right, guys, I think that's gonna about wrap us up here. If you don't know or haven't already, make sure you go follow our guys at 609.
And of course, all our fans as well, go check out our guys, the Guys Huddle. Go give them some love.
Yeah, and also, side note, we do apologize about the feedback. We're going to work on that. I'm not sure what's going on, but we'll get that fixed before our next show here.
A lot of technical difficulties. It was a rough day for the laptop over there.
I appreciate the support, and you guys enjoy the rest of your night.
Have a good night.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.